Megafauna by Philip Simpson. Megafauna by Philip Simpson. What are megafauna? Megafauna is the name for the biggest animals that have ever lived. The word is made up of two smaller words, mega, meaning big, and fauna, meaning animals. Most megafauna are very big and very heavy. They can be either plant eaters or meat eaters. Some megafauna that live today are the elephant, hippopotamus, and the rhinoceros. The biggest megafauna lived during prehistoric times, and they are now extinct. Prehistoric megafauna lived thousands and thousands of years ago in a time known as the Ice Age. The last of the dinosaurs died out 65 million years ago. Then, over millions of years, small mammals, birds, and reptiles grew bigger and bigger. They became the prehistoric megafauna, the largest animals on Earth. Scientists who study animal and plant fossils are called paleontologists. The largest prehistoric megafauna were plant eaters. Paleontologists believe that these mammals became so big that there were no dinosaurs left on Earth to eat the vegetation. Meat-eating megafauna were not as big as the plant eaters. Their smaller size meant that they could hide more easily to attack their prey. Mammoth, 3.5 meters tall. Giant wombat, 2 meters tall. Terror bird, 2.5 meters tall. Giant armadillo, aka Glyptodon, 1.8 meters tall. Cave bear, 1.5 meters tall. Anyway, the terror bird. The terror bird was a giant meat-eating bird. It lived on what is now the continent of South America. The terror bird was about 2.5 meters tall and could weigh up to 150 kgs. The terror bird had a solid body with a thick neck and a huge beak. It had a pair of wings, but it did not fly. Its wings were too small to carry its huge body in the air. The terror bird had long legs, which paleontologists believe made it a very fast runner. The terror bird is thought to have been a fierce meat eater that hunted other mammals. Giant armadillo, aka the Glyptodon. The giant armadillo was a kind of megafauna that lived during the Ice Age. It looked like the giant armadillo that lives today, but was much, much bigger. It could grow up to 3 meters long and could weigh more than 1,000 kgs, or a ton. It had a solid shell that covered its whole body. The shell was made up of hundreds of small scales which helped to protect it from meat-eating predators. The giant armadillo had a powerful tail which it could swing at predators like a club. Giant wombat, aka Diprotodon. The giant wombat lived on what is now the continent of Australia. This megafauna was about 3 meters long and 2 meters tall. It is thought to have weighed over 2,000 kgs. The giant wombat had a heavy, square head. It looked a bit like a rhinoceros without a horn. It has strong claws on its front feet, which it used to clutch and grip plants. Like other marsupials, it had a pouch where its young could nestle. Cave bear. The cave bear was a kind of giant bear. It lived on what is now the continent of Europe. It is known as the cave bear because most of its fossils have been found inside caves. Scientists believe that the cave bear was probably the size of a polar bear. Despite its huge size and giant jaws and teeth, the cave bear mostly ate plants. Woolly mammoth. Woolly mammoths are the most well known of the prehistoric megafauna. Woolly mammoth fossils have been found in most places around the world, apart from Australia and South America. Most woolly mammoths were the same size as elephants, but some types of mammoths were much larger. One of these was the steppe mammoth. It was gigantic. It stood over 4 meters tall and weighed up to 10 tons. Woolly mammoths had a thick layer of fat under their skin and a coat of long dark brown hair. These protected them from the cold. Paleontologists have found the bodies of woolly mammoths frozen in ice or in the ground. Inside some of the bodies were spears and arrows. This proves that woolly mammoths were once hunted by humans. Over 100,000 years ago, many prehistoric megafauna started to die out. Some scientists believe most megafauna became extinct because they were big and slow, and humans could easily hunt and kill them. Some rock art shows how humans hunted megafauna. Other scientists believe that the prehistoric megafauna became extinct because of climate change. Climate change is when the weather patterns on Earth change over time. As Earth became hotter at the end of the Ice Age, many megafauna did not survive. Prehistoric megafauna walked Earth long after the dinosaurs. Long after the dinosaurs. These magnificent animals were much larger than most of the animals alive now. Today, paleontologists can tell what megafauna may have looked like from their fossils. Megafauna probably became extinct because of either humans or climate change. The end.